She cheated on me, but I was the one who got blamed. It all started with a dinner. Just one dinner. But somehow, it destroyed everything I ever believed about love. I thought I was in a stable, honest relationship. Emily and I had been together for almost 3 years. We lived together, shared a bank account, even talked about marriage. She was the kind of woman who smiled in her sleep, made the best pancakes on Sundays, and always kissed my forehead before bed. But then, something changed. It started small. Her phone always on silent, always face down. She started working late. A lot. And when she came home, she barely looked at me. I asked her once, "Is everything okay at work?" She smiled. That fake smile women give when they're hiding something. "Yeah," she said. "Just busy season." That was the first lie. I just didn't know it yet. One night, I decided to surprise her at work. I brought Thai food and her favorite mango sticky rice. Her office lights were off. Nobody was there. I called her. No answer. I texted her. No reply. I waited in the parking lot for an hour. When she finally texted back, she said, "Sorry, babe. Crazy night at the office. Just heading home." I stared at the message. I was at her office. She wasn't. I didn't say anything that night. I just watched her walk in like nothing happened. Hair a little too perfect, lips freshly painted, and that same fake smile. I wanted to believe her. I needed to believe her. But deep down, I already knew. Something was very, very wrong. The next morning, I did something I never thought I'd do. I checked her phone while she was in the shower. I know it was wrong. I know I should have trusted her. But trust doesn't survive lies, and something inside me was screaming. No new messages. No calls. No photos. She deleted everything. Everything. And just when I was about to put the phone back, a notification popped up. "Had a great night. Can't stop thinking about you." Face blowing kiss. From a contact saved as Emma. My heart dropped. Emily didn't have any friends named Emma. I clicked the conversation. No chat history. It had just been cleared. But that one message, it said enough. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay next to her, listening to her breathe, wondering whose name she whispered in her dreams. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I needed proof. Real proof. So I made a plan. I told her I had a work trip out of town next Friday. She smiled too quickly. Almost relieved. "Aw, I'll miss you," she said, barely hiding the grin. I nodded and kissed her forehead. "I'll miss you too." But I didn't go anywhere. I booked a cheap hotel 10 minutes away and waited. Friday came. She wore that black dress, the one she never wore for me anymore. When I left the house that morning, she barely kissed me goodbye. By 7 p.m., I was parked a block away from our house, heart pounding so loud I could barely think. At 7:43 p.m. a car pulled into our driveway. He got out. Tall. Confident. Smiling like he already owned my life. She opened the door. She kissed him. Not a friendly kiss. Not a mistake. A deep, slow kiss. The kind you give someone when you're already in love with them. I gripped the steering wheel until my knuckles turned white. And I knew. Everything was real. Every doubt. Every suspicion. She was cheating on me. In our house. In our bed. But I wasn't going to lose my mind. Not yet. I had one more thing to do before I confronted her. I had to know, who the hell was this guy? The next day, I followed him. I know how that sounds. Obsessive. Desperate. But when your whole life is being ripped apart quietly behind your back, you stop caring how you look. He drove a silver BMW. Clean, expensive. He dressed sharp. like someone who knew he could get whatever he wanted, including someone else's girlfriend. He parked near a real estate office. I waited. 15 minutes later, he walked out. Confident. Talking on his phone, laughing. I got the name from the sign. Brian Carter, luxury property specialist. Of course. Of course, it was a real estate guy. They're charming. Smooth. Always saying the right thing. I spent the rest of the day doing something I never thought I'd do. I made a fake Instagram account. I followed him. Liked a few of his posts. Watched his stories. He posted a gym selfie, a coffee cup with E+B red heart, drawn in the foam, and a picture of a dog. Emily's dog. He was already part of her life. Not just a fling. A second reality. A lie she lived next to mine. That night, when she got home, I watched her like a stranger. How did I not see it sooner? How many times did I lie awake wondering why we weren't as close anymore, while she was already planning a future with him? But here's where it got worse. She sat on the couch next to me, pulled my arm around her, and rested her head on my chest. "I missed you," she whispered. It took everything in me not to push her away. Instead, I said, "You want to get away this weekend? Just us. Somewhere quiet." She hesitated. Just for a second. Then smiled. "Yeah. That sounds nice." And I smiled back. Because I knew that weekend would be the last time we ever pretended to be in love. We drove out to a quiet cabin in the mountains. It was peaceful. Too peaceful. Emily was glowing, acting like everything was perfect. She held my hand, cooked breakfast, laughed like nothing was broken. And for a moment, I almost believed her again. But I didn't come here to heal. I came here to finish it. Saturday night, we sat by the fire, drinking wine. She curled up beside me, talking about nothing. Trees. The stars. Some random movie we never finished. And then she said it. "I'm really glad we did this. I feel like we're getting close again." I looked at her, right in the eyes, and I asked, "Who's Brian?" The color drained from her face. She blinked, swallowed. I don't know what you mean." "You do," I said calmly. "Tall. BMW. Real estate. Likes almond milk lattes and posts gym selfies. Your dog was in one of his stories." She froze. Completely still. Like her brain had just shut off. "How long?" I asked. "That's all I want to know." Silence. Then, tears. She covered her face, crying like she was the victim. "I didn't mean to fall for him," she said. "It just happened. I was lonely. We were distant. I didn't think you even noticed me anymore." That hit hard, because I had noticed. I just didn't know why it hurt. I stood up, walked to the window. Outside, the moon was full. Cold. Distant. Kind of like us lately. "So what now?" I asked. She looked up, mascara running down her cheeks. "I don't know. I don't want to lose you." I turned back to her. "You already did." She reached for me. "Please can we fix this? I'll end it with him." But I wasn't angry anymore. Just tired. Because when someone breaks something that deep, there's no glue strong enough to fix it. I packed my bag that night, and before I left, I said one thing. "You didn't just cheat on me, Emily. You buried the version of me that believed in you. That guy's gone. So is this relationship." Then I walked out the door. Into the cold. Into whatever came next. 3 months later, I ran into her at the grocery store. Of all places. I was grabbing eggs and orange juice. She was in the cereal aisle, holding the same box of granola she used to buy when we lived together. She looked smaller somehow. Not physically. Just dimmer. We locked eyes. Her lips parted like she was about to say something, but she didn't. Instead, she gave me a sad little smile. The kind people give when they remember something that hurts in a beautiful way. I nodded. That's all. Just a nod. She didn't follow me. Didn't beg. Didn't explain. And I realized, maybe that's how you know something is truly over. Not with a fight. Not with closure. But with quiet acceptance. I walked away. But she stayed in that aisle. And maybe, in some way, she'll stay there forever. Stuck in the moment she realized what she'd lost. As for me, I moved out of our old apartment a week after the cabin. Started over. I don't check her social media. Don't wonder who she's texting. Don't ask mutual friends how she's doing. Not because I don't care, but because I finally care about me more. They say betrayal teaches you who people really are, but I think it teaches you who you are when everything you trusted burns down. And now, I'm stronger, wiser, and finally free.